Earlier this week, when I don't know that everybody was here necessarily, but we were talking about thinking about the consequences before you act. And if you remember, we had this little guy that ended up stinging that young man out in the desert. Who can tell me how that boy got stung out in the desert? How did he get stung out in the desert? What happened, Royce?
He didn't have his shoes on.
Right. Follow-up question. Did he know that he was supposed to have his shoes on? Did anybody remind him? Did anybody tell him? Had anybody told him before? Who had told him before? Who had told him that he had to have those on before?
His parents.
His parents had told him. Did his parents tell him because they were trying to be mean to him? No. They were doing it because they knew about the consequences. The consequences were that he was going to get stung. And did it happen? You bet. All right? So that's what we need to do. We need to think about the consequences of things. Then, last week, 1, 2 eyes on the screen. Father Francis, in his homily, talked about being a peacemaker, all right? I think it was in the gospel where Jesus said, "My peace I give you, not as the world gives peace do I give peace." Something like that, I'm paraphrasing. But that is what we are all called to do, to think about the consequences, the good consequences of being a peacemaker. Have you reliably been a peacemaker? I've been having some student discipline stuff going on that tells me that some of you are not being peacemakers. And I am telling you that because I want it to change. Because otherwise the consequences will come with it. All right? And when you think about being a peacemaker, it's not necessarily your actions, it could also be your words. We need to make sure that we're being peacemakers. All right? We need to be like Super Father Francis up there. All right? Be peacemakers. All right? So this one, what we're doing is we're stopping and thinking, where are we going to be prudent? Okay? That is what we're focusing on. So what I want you guys to do is, at your table, okay? I already had you at your group talk about the where, all right? Classroom, hallway, restroom, lunchroom, church, recess, all right? The other one is, though, is it with your words or is it your actions? All right? Which one do you need to be more of a peacemaker, more prudent? Okay? So I need the where and the what. So pick one out of the left column, pick one out of the right column, and tell your table what you're going to work on. Ready, set, go. Pick one out of the left, pick one out of the right, and tell your table. Back to me? Whoa, you are definitely not back to me. Hopefully, it sounds like you come with sensation and everything like that, but I need you back to me? Okay. Hey, now here's the part that you're going to have to figure out, okay? And this is for each person on their own. How will you remind yourself to be prudent? Okay? We need to remember that the opposite of that, imprudence, hurts others. Imprudence hurts others. Imprudence hurts others. And we're not going to hurt people here at Sacred Heart. All right? We're not going to hurt people here at Sacred Heart. Okay? So, here's the thing. How will you remind yourself? All right? If I have to remind you, that's what the consequences do. Do you think that boy, after he got stung by the scorpion, that consequence, getting stung by the scorpion, do you think he remembered to wear shoes out in the desert? Yeah. The consequences help remind us. Now that's a hard way to remember something. All right? But that's what had to happen for that boy to remember that. Imprudence here at school, the consequences help remind. Okay? We don't want to get consequences, but we can't have people hurting other people with their words and their actions. Does that make sense? Yes, sir. Okay. We don't like it. Okay, it's not fun for us, the adults, okay? But we can't have people being imprudent with other people and hurt them. That's not cool. We can't have that, all right? And I know your hearts, you don't want to do it either. You're just being imprudent. I need you to be prudent. 1, 2, now you. Okay, all right. Want to go to the Virtue Cup. We had some people, you guys again, showing a lot of prudence, being very virtuous and things like that. So number three group, St. John Paul II. Where's St. John Paul II at? St. John Paul II. Beautiful, great job, guys. End group, round of applause, please. St. John Paul II. Great job. All right, third place. Second place, St. Catherine of Siena. Where's St. Catherine of Siena? St. Catherine of Siena. Beautiful. These guys on a run. I think I just had, we were on High Talking with y'all last week. All right, second place, good job for you guys. First place, Blessed Solanus Casey. Where's Blessed Solanus Casey at? Awesome job. You guys, woo! Okay. Hey, I'll be meeting with you guys. Great job. First place this week, Blessed Solanus Casey. Awesome job. Keep up the virtuous work. Way to be prudent. 1, 2. Now you. Oh, prudent. 1, 2. Now you. All right. So good job being intentionally virtuous. Hey, want to get to our savior today. So we got the news this week. All right, we got the news here at school yesterday that Father Francis will, during the summer, he'll be transferring to a new parish. Okay, and the people of St. Bavo Parish up in Mishawaka, not that far away, about an hour away, St. Bavo's, they need Father Francis. All right. So he's going to be up there. That's very sad for us. That means that we're probably going to be getting a new parochial vicar as well, along with Father Jonathan. But I want to tell you guys, even though today is a Marian feast day, about Our Lady of Fatima, I also wanted to tell you, though, about St. Bavo. So St. Bavo, his feast day is October 1st. He's born in 622 in a place that is kind of, Belgium was not around yet, but when he was living, but now it is a country. So he was born in what is now modern-day Belgium. He was born to a noble family, okay? So kind of almost like royalty, okay? He was born to them. He was a soldier, but I'm going to tell you guys, he was undisciplined. He was quite imprudent, all right? He was quite imprudent, and he was disorderly, okay? He did not conduct himself well, all right? He had a wife and a son, and unfortunately, very tragically, his wife died, all right? It was very sad. Okay? That, though, caused him to reform his life. All right? It's a very sad thing that happened. He changed his life. He changed his ways. And he did that after hearing a homily from Saint Amand. All right? And Saint Amand, he had preached about how the material world is empty. We should not say, oh, we're just going to do money. We're just going to chase money. We're just going to chase things. No, we want to chase being good and being godly and chasing Christ. That's what we need to do. And so, anyways, he thought about it. He was prudent. 1, 2, now you. And decided he needed to change his life because he wanted to do that. So he gave away all of his money, gave it all away, and started traveling with St. Amand on these preachings. All right? When he came home from those travels, he gave away the rest of his stuff in a great act of charity, love for humankind, and became a monk. He built an abbey on his grounds and became a monk. All right? And he actually ended up passing away at 37 years old. That's like 10 years younger than me, man. All right? So he's kind of he lived very long. Okay? But anyways, just want to let you know about him. He's a saint of great prudence, a saint of great charity, and we ask for his intercession today as we say, Saint Bavo, pray for us. And have a great day.